Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Well, today we're looking at verses 16 through 20. Now, yesterday we looked at 7 through 15, and that was his judgment against his people. Remember, we set up this convocation, this coming to court. God called witnesses, and he called, people defendants that he was going to complain against. He said, I'm going to have something to say, and sure enough, he had something to say yesterday, didn't he? He tells us what false worship looks like. That's what they've been doing. He tells us what true worship looks like. That's what we're encouraged to do. Now today, we come to verse 16 and through 20. He's going to speak to the wicked. So he's not just talking to his people that are in covenant with him. Now he's talking to the wicked. So this is everybody. He's got his people that are in covenant with him, and then those that aren't. So verse 16. But unto the wicked God saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been a partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. All right, so now he's speaking to the wicked. God says, Why are you declaring my statutes? Why are you taking my covenant? Why are you speaking my covenant? You're wicked. There's no relationship between the wicked and the covenant of God. This is hypocrisy in its purest form. And you'll notice that he outlines this hypocrisy in the following verses. So he sets up for us 17 through 20. He sets up the hypocrisy of the wicked. So verse 17, Seeing you hate instruction, and you cast my words behind you. All right, but they declare his statutes, and they swear to keep his covenant. But no, they hate instruction, and they cast his words behind them, probably not openly, and not before those that they want to be seen by. Verse 18, When you saw a thief, you consented with him. That is, they were saying, yeah, that's a good thing. That thief, he needs to do what he's doing. He's got to make a living some way. And you've been partaker with adulterers. So they're saying yes to thieving. They're saying yes by their actions with adultery and with those who commit adultery. Now notice that God doesn't say that they've done it, but they've consented to it. They've said yes to it. You give your mouth to evil, your tongue frames deceit. So again, this is the textbook definition of hypocrisy. They have said one thing and now they're doing another. Their mouth is confused, and he says it's evil. You've given it to evil. Your tongue frames deceit. You sit and speak against your brother and slander your own mother's son. How can that be possible if you're declaring the statutes of God? How is it possible that you take up God's covenant and then speak against your brother and slander your own mother's son? So notice this hypocrisy. It's just blaring. It's just so obvious here. Thieving, adultery, evil speaking, deceit, whatever you want to call verse 20, sit and speak against thy brother and slander thy own mother's son. I guess that's false testimony. All of this is against, and of course, we can look right back to the Ten Commandments and find these, can't we? Thieving, adultery, and the way we frame our words. All of it is in that second table of the commandments. All right, well, join me again tomorrow. We're going to look at verses 21 through 23 and see how this whole thing is brought to a conclusion here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.